associated with Arsenal. I have two comments and one question. One is congratulations to B2 Gold for naming the best mining company in Canada. I think you deserve a big round of applause from the crowd. Second is you mentioned that Filipinos are excellent professionals and good singers. Not good singers, but excellent singers. It's a correction. And then not only excellent professionals, not only excellent singers, but we are all loving people as well. And that will bring me to my question. Because we are all lovable and loving people, our challenge now is the increasing population. And I think that's one of the problems also globally. And my question is, can you share with us, in particular your company or the other countries, dealing with the issue on minerals development on one side, and how you interface that with access or the need for access to surface or land?
You know, that's a good question. It's certainly something that the mining industry is faced with, and not just the mining industry. From where I come from, the province of British Columbia, we're considered a rainforest, and we have a lot of forestry there as well. And you know, what we've seen our government do is set aside areas of land for keeping a pristine forest as well as for parks. But one thing from the mining industry that you also want to see, or forest industry or oil and gas, whatever industry you might be in that's resource-based, is you want to have a clear understanding before you commit dollars as to what the government's doing in any one area. And you know, one thing that you don't want to see is for them to start drawing different boundaries. If they've been giving you a mining license to develop a project, then they should honor that. On the other hand, I think we're all supportive of areas being, I guess, closed to mining, but the government, if somebody's already in that area, then I think the government should compensate them. And I know in my home province of British Columbia, they did redraw some of the boundaries, and there was one project that a company was in the midst of getting ready to develop, and the government did pay them compensation for taking that area away from them. So I think every country should definitely set aside areas for parks that should not only be close to mining, but also to farming and also development of housing. I think those type of restrictions are fine, but I think they should be well publicized, and it shouldn't be something that they surprise somebody with if they've already developed a mine or in the process of doing that, or if they're spending, you know, millions of dollars on exploration. I hope, Jimmy, that satisfies you.
Thank you, Brendan. Another question? Oh, yes.
Hello, this is Sean Fitzgerald from Quest Exploration, John. Look, my question is actually in relation to Masbate. 2017, you're forecasting a 50,000 ounce increase in production there. Now, where do you see that coming from? Is that going to come from increased grade, improvement in grade, or increased throughput through the mill? Or perhaps, are you looking at adjacent acquisition?
That's actually a soft number, and it's just a guesstimate for now. And the reason we put that in is that Masbate has huge reserves and huge resource potential. And we're very confident that if we expanded the mill or built a new parallel mill to the current one, there's more than enough reserves and resources in that area to accommodate that and make it economic. What we're not sure about yet is the size of expansion that we should do and what the economics of that expansion will be. There are a lot of factors that go into determining a mining project. Once you're in an area, though, there's, you know, most of the infrastructure's in place, or doing an expansion should be more economic than building the original project. But we'll be working on those numbers over the next 6 months, hopefully sooner, and then we'll be coming out and telling the world what our expectations are. And as long as the gold price doesn't get any worse, I would think, you know, the odds of us expanding that project are quite high.
All right, thank you.
Any further questions? Well, on that note, we'd like to thank Mark. Please join me, give Mark Cora a warm applause. Please don't go. We normally at this point have some beautiful ladies come up here and drag you away. No, they'll let you drag away some stuff.
Let me get rid of my box. Again, I'd like to thank the Mining in Philippines Club for having me as a guest speaker, and certainly we hope you enjoyed the B2 story, and we look forward to doing more things here in the Philippines.
Thank you again, and very clearly Mark and his company are set to take mining in this country to a new level in face of all the issues that we face. I really wanted to ask you about whether there was a bishops' conference in Nicaragua, but I think I'll leave it at that. At this point, before I call on a number of people, I have some announcement. I promised to tell you about an activity that we had over the weekend of the 27th and 28th. As you're aware, we had a big typhoon in Zambales, which had caused a flood in a number of places, including Olongapo. And the Philippine Mine Safety Environment Association, Pusog Minero, together with the Land Rover Club, and a group of volunteers from Malaysia, the Malaysia Elite Rescue group that had actually sent 8 people over for this medical mission. This was the same group that came in January this year and worked on a program with Clyde's people in Pablo, in Conval. Well, they were kind enough to come again. And so we had a 2-day mission, and I'd like to be able to, at this point, to acknowledge and thank the people that were involved and helped make this possible. We worked quite closely with Danny Uykeng, who was the regional director of the NGB, who actually directed us to Castillejos, where there was a major landslide and where there were indigenous people, Aita tribes that needed the medical mission. So we went in that direction. Plus, we were working with the Zambales Mining Alliance. And if there's anybody from any of the companies I mentioned, kindly stand. Benguet Nickel Mining, LNL Archipelago Minerals, anybody from that group? Araman Minerals, DMCI Mining, Zambales Diversified Metals Corp. Any of you here in this room that I've mentioned? The Zambales, well, you must still be busy in Zambales. But let's give them a big hand for helping make that mission possible. I'd also like to mention that we had other companies that were behind us, Romac group of companies out of San Fernando, Geo Projects, the JCI Senate, Kiwanis International, Philippine Institute of Supply Chain Management, St. Luke's Medical Hospital, and Mundi Pharma Distribution, a pharmaceutical company, were able to put together for us medicines and supplies in the amount of about 400,000 pesos. So let's give them too a very big hand. Some announcements. On behalf of the Philippine Mine Safety Environment Association, I'd like to remind you that the annual Mine Safety Conference in Baguio is taking place on the week of 19 to 22 November. It is an important year for us. It's the 60th anniversary of the Philippine Mine Safety Environment Association. So we look forward to seeing you there. I know that you're all used to having the big beer night at at the amphitheater. Well, Louis texted me, he said, sorry I can't be there today, but please tell them that the beer night cannot be at the amphitheater this year. It will be at the Manor Hotel. And there's something else we're doing this year. The Pinsia Pusuminero is having a medical mission in Baguio. I guess it's a way of industry showing its CSR. And it will be on the 19th of November. It will be at the Notre Dame Hospital, which is run by the St. Paul, the Sharps are nuns.